Week number 40 ECG news with the news and facts for the egg and egg product market. This week was quite similar than last week, so we have very much offers on the market. The eggs are not easy to be sold to somebody. Even not industry is very interested to take in bigger quantities as they have their stores quite full and they are afraid to have too much eggs as Christmas is coming now very quickly to them and they want to empty them, of course, before or latest until end of this year, and they are afraid that that is not working at all. Also, the prices which are being asked by the suppliers are too high and industries cannot take these eggs in as the sales of them are also not running very well. Whole egg is quite cheap on the market, not easy to sell. The market is behind the expectations, and at egg yolks there the sales also quite difficult as you need to sell it very expensive as the market for egg white is still under pressure and the prices there are quite low. Powder processors are also not interested in very expensive egg yolks, so you can see that there is really difficulties between all stages of the market to push a market in the prices, and that will of course create problems for the next weeks also. The consumption is running also a little bit better than last week, but the quantities were a little bit increasing, the prices were a little bit increasing, but we think that this cannot push a market as we know it from other years in this time or in the seasonal time. You can see also that packing stations need to sell the overall production that they have still to the industry, so that shows that they are also not having so much orders as they are expecting. The export in third countries is nearly not possible. Export countries having very much local eggs, they are having very much cheap eggs and very much offers from other countries around the world. So for Europe there's not very much space to sell something there, also not in bigger quantities. USA is telling us that the consumption runs a little bit better. It's also a little bit colder there, but the industry market is totally down, is still looking for their old customers. They are looking to sell something on the world market, but it's not working so quickly. And the competition on the world market is also in this moment very high. So not so much possibilities. That keeps the market on a low level, and only the consumption can also not push the market there at all. Altogether, you can say we have very much overproductions all over the world. We have very much eggs in Europe on the market, and we think that the time between today and Christmas is too short to push a market on a very high level as we know it from the last year. So time has to tell what will happen in the next weeks, but we think that the market cannot grow up very quickly and very much. As it will be like every time, we will tell you next week again. Until then, take care.